Welcome back to Broken Bobby's Transformation Page. If you are new to the page, in 1990 I became involved in the drug gang world. From 92 to '06, I spent a lot of time incarcerated. I tell these stories to let you know it don't have to be you. If you're young and thinking about trying something or you're figuring out how to get out, these are my stories of this lifestyle and how it affected me, and eventually I got out and transformed my life. So let's get into today's story. Okay, as promised, this I got that banger for you guys. This is the Riot, Delano CCF. This is 2005. Uh, so I'm in the reception center. I've seen my counselor. I'm at North Kern, which is also Delano, and they've basically authorized me to a couple of prisons. I think it was Ironwood and something CCF, McFarland CCF or something. So I'm not tripping, like send me where you want to send me. I know my charges are honorable, if I could talk. And I'm a stand-up kind of guy. But so they send me, I get the Transpac information. What that means basically is they tell you, okay, you're leaving in the morning and this is where you're going. And my paperwork said McFarland MCCF, which I guess is there's lower level CCFs and there's higher level CCFs. None of them are really cracking like that, or they're not supposed to be anyways. And like I said, this is like a camp type of situation. So I'm waiting to, they call in the morning, roll it up. And, I get on my stuff. I shake a few homeboys' hands and they wish me luck and all that good stuff. And I'm expecting to get on a prison bus and I get on a prison van. And there's like, I don't know, maybe about 12 of us on there, all different races. And they send me, the first stop is like literally right across the street, like a 3 or 4 minute ride in the van. And this is Delano CCF. Uh, so they call my name to get off, and I tell the transportation officer, I'm not going here. They tell me I'm going to McFarland, MCCF. And I will tell you something about prison transportation. Those guys are a different breed. They don't mess around. And he said, get the F off my van. This is where you're going. So, okie dokie, gotcha. I get off, and now I'm being processed into this place. So they tell me where my housing unit is, and they give me a bedroll and a nylon bag with clothing and such, a towel, a fish kit, the stuff you're going to need to basically survive until commissary hits. Before I go any further, if you are new to the channel, subscribe please. Also smash that like button if you enjoy this sort of content. Share to somebody else that you think may enjoy it as well. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. It will alert you when when a new video is coming out. And put those comments down below, please. Let me know what you think. So I'm in a holding cell with 4 or 5 other guys, and we're kind of bullshitting, introducing, and just passing time. So they give us our basic necessities. It's a bedroll, some sheets, like thin blanket, the basic stuff that you're going to need for to survive until you can get a commissary draw and get like your hygiene products and some soups and stuff like that. So I'm coming out, and we come out of this long hallway, and there's a mini yard. Now, this mini yard, it's enclosed, like there's a a top on the place, and it's like an octagon type shape, probably 100 150 feet across, and there's like a basketball court and some other amenities, I guess you would say. And I come out, and typically when you land in a new spot, one of your people will come over and they'll grab your bedroll, they'll walk you, and they'll show you, where you're going, familiarize you with the institution that you're at, what the policies are, where our stuff is, where other people's stuff is. Like they'll give you the rundown so you don't get in a wreck, basically. But on this occasion, that didn't happen. Nobody came to approach, and I'm looking around trying to figure out where my people are at, and they're all grouped up, like maybe about 30 woods in a group. So I walk over there like, oh wow, okay, what's cracking, homeboys, And they tell me it's about to go down with the Paisa'S. So I look over. There's a group of, I would say numbers were very similar. I didn't have a full breakdown of who's who and what's what, but it looked like a similar number of individuals in their group as well. And one of the homeboys told me, you might want to set that down because it's about to rock. So I put it down to the side. And something that I can't stress enough, if you parole from a CCF, typically people think that that's like you didn't go to prison. You know what I mean? Like you went somewhere soft. And typically these places are soft. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not trying to make it out like it's a level 4 or anything. It's not that. But these places are run by geo security guards. There's like one lieutenant that basically takes grievances and stuff like that. But they're geo security guards. Like I don't even think they have pepper spray. They might, but there's definitely no gun coverage, and it's a soft place. So it cracks off, right? Like they start running towards us, we start running towards them. It's on. It's like a scene from 300. You know what I mean? Like boom, 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 boom. It's cracking. And typically, when I've been in a riot, you'll get the verbal command, stop fighting. Like we're gonna stop fighting. Come on, are you serious? But you know, uh, typically they'll start dropping the bombs, is what we call it, and it is like a tear gas type of thing. It's CO gas or something. I forget what it's called, but it makes it very hard to breathe. And I'm not trying to be nasty, but you get snot coming out and stuff, and you're gonna move away from that gas. Like it really, like it's hard to fight when you can't breathe, right? So, anyways, in these CCFs, that didn't happen. I'm waiting for it to happen, and it didn't happen. And basically, what these geo security guards do is they lock the doors and keep you in a confined area, basically, in this octagon, if you will, the ultimate fighting championship, I guess. But, there weren't any weapons involved, but what they do in these situations is those geo security guards, they're not going to come in and try to break anything up. They're going to secure the area, and then they're going to inform the lieutenant, who's going to put a call out to the nearest mainline prison or nearest prison, and they're going to send a strike group out basically to quell the event. Now, there's been some really bad ones at CCFs. There was an Eagle Mountain one sometime in the early 2000s that went on for like 3 days. Okay, so I don't know if you've ever been in a fight, after a minute or two, like you're gassing, like you can't But this one went on for about 45 minutes. And honestly, like it got to the point where like you'd come out and get your squabble, boom, 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 and either someone else would get knocked down or you would get knocked down. You move on to the next one, which is typically what you do in a riot, but like it just wasn't stopping. It just kept going and going. And to the best of my knowledge, there weren't any weapons being used out there because it is such a low level security and everybody's going home soon. Like most of these people have 2 years or less. So you really don't want to, you know, screw off your date. But at the same time, you know, some things, it's death before dishonor in there, like you're not going to be disrespected. You're not going to let people talk to you, however. And if it means people have to get hurt in the meantime, then that's just what it is. But yeah, like it was almost at some point, probably a half an hour in, and the thing is, like, I was a burpee monster when I was locked up. Like, my wind was amazing. Like, I could probably fight 15 rounds in a boxing match and been pretty good. But, you know, uh, like, it was hell, like, I think everybody, probably by a half an hour or so, everybody's looking at the doors, just waiting for uh, the COs to bust in and quell the situation. So finally, after about 45 minutes, the first bombs got dropped in. Boom! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! So I don't think anybody was resisting getting on the ground at that point. I don't think anybody got pepper sprayed. Everybody was done. And they got everybody zip tied up and separated. And a lot of us were put into the holding cells that they had there. Obviously divided by race, the whites with the whites and the Paisa'S with the Paisa'S. And this is one of the few events where I did not hear about any Woods not participating. But to be honest with you, in that situation, it'd be really hard not to participate because you're basically locked in this octagon with 60 guys going at it. And uh, yeah, I mean, like whether you wanted to fight or not, somebody was going to run up on you. And that's what happened there. So, yeah, never been so happy to hear the bombs and those orders to get on the ground. And that's pretty much what we did. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Family, fitness, and freedom are what helped me to stop having to worry about being in situations like this, and they can help you as well. If you are ready to get some help in dealing with addiction, Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous are great. There's in-house programs that can assist you with getting over that hump. It's hard at first, I know. I never thought I would get clean, and here I am with almost 18 years of sobriety. So it definitely can be done, and I believe in you. You just got to put that first step forward. And if you're not ready, I get it. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. Like if somebody would have told me that I needed to quit back then, I probably would have laughed at them. Like I never thought I was gonna get clean. So, but it is possible because here I am living proof. Let's do the best we can to be the parents that our children need and to be the role models of who we would like them to grow up to be. Don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.